In some comments, I have a friend who wrote that he passed the GKS and he couldn't speak Korean at all. So, hello everyone, this is Moses, the one who help you if you're interested to study in Korea. Yes, I got this question asking me to share my grades, extracurricular activities, and some hours that I got. And I think it's not only this friend who are curious, but a lot of you guys are curious about these things. So actually I didn't come to Korea on a GKS scholarship, but to make videos I met a lot of GKS applicants who has succeeded to be selected, and I asked them questions and some tips. So if you are curious, don't leave out. First one is grades. If you watched my other videos, I think you didn't forget that I always emphasize about grades, because grades are the most important criteria that they use to select applicants. If you look at the GKS recruitment post, they say that you need 80% or more to be eligible to apply. But I want you to know and keep in mind that students that passed or students that are selected, they have way more than 80% in their high school grades. To make it simple, the applicant which is the first place in their which had the first place in their class, they are selected, including the second and the third one. And I tried to ask to my friends who came to Korea on the GKS scholarship, and they told me that on average they was on the first place, the second, and the third. And then when I asked to the percentages, the average was 95%. Wow. Of course, I don't know if you have a high level of competitiveness in other area, but grades are the most criteria that they check out. The next one is extracurricular activities and hours. Guys, I have made a video explaining in details about extracurricular activities, so if you're curious about it, please click up here. In fact, this is probably the most hard thing to you guys, because you might be thinking, which kind of extracurricular activity should I have? Which kind of hour should I have? That's why I asked my friend, so I'm going to explain to you very well. My friend who majored in engineering has a history of winning the second prize in the science competition held in Rwanda. And what is unique again about this friend, he also won the first prize in the science competition that was prepared by the Korean Embassy. In addition, he also had a very good grades in the national competition, and because he had a good grades, he was elected and he was also admitted in Seoul National University that all of you like the most. And now he's working and living in Korea. In fact, other than this friend, I don't really have any other friend with this much hours and extracurricular activities. But still, I'm going to explain it to you, because another friend said that while attending the Korean department at foreign language, he said that he continued engaging in activity related to Korea and wrote it while she was applying. And the next one said that while learning Korean, he was attending Korean clubs and keep engaging with Korean activities. So keep that in mind. Oh, there is another important thing. The applicant who came on GKS, they have really high score of topic. Excluding the one I mentioned earlier that won the first prize in the science competition. But I also have a friend who came to Korea with topic level 6 already. Wow, that's really amazing, right? In some comments, I have a friend who wrote that he passed the GKS and he couldn't speak Korean at all. So to be honest, it depends on situation, because as you know, you compete with other applicants of your country. So the level of the applicant in your country will determine what level or how they will choose like applicants, and in my case, to be honest, there are few people who can speak Korean from Rwanda. Yeah, in Rwanda there are really very few. So here, even though you can speak Korean while applying, it will not affect you negatively. But I want you to think like this. You want to come to Korea to learn Korean. Yeah. So if you can speak a little bit of Korean while living in Korea, your life will be a little bit harder because that's a foreign country. And another thing, let me ask you a question. There are two applicants. One can speak Korean and another one can't speak Korean. Which one will you choose? Like, to be honest, I can encourage you and recommend you to please pass your Korean level tests, get your TOEFL score because they are really important. Yes, to summarize it, first of all, you need high grade. And the second thing is to have a very good Korean language skills, which is what is the most thing I always emphasize about in all my videos. And the next thing I want to introduce to you is the future plan. You might be thinking, oh, future plan out of a sudden? Yes, guys. The future plan is very, very important when they want to choose you as an applicant, because you have to convince the interviewer the reason why you have to study in Korea. Yes, this part is supposed to be revealed in your personal statement, study plan, and while passing an interview. Like, for really detailed information, I have made a lot of video explaining the study plan, personal statement, and how to pass the interview. Please make a search on my channel, because in this video I'm going to tell you how the student who was selected in the GKS prepared their documents. First of all, why should you study this major in Korea? Guys, you have to convince them, like explaining, like while living the experience that you had, which is related to the major you are applying for. So let me give you an example. As I mentioned earlier, I had a friend who was selected and who was admitted in Seoul National University. So the friend said in his personal statement that Korea is a developed country in technology, and he wants to come to Korea, learn technology to help Rwanda in developing the economy. Also, my friend who majored in Korean studies wrote that he wants to understand Korea better, learning and studying in Korea. And based on the understanding of Korea, she said that she wants to be a bridge between his country and Korea. So just you to be creative and try to convince them with your own story why you should come to Korea. In fact, if you are lacking high grades and you can speak Korean language, try to tell them your own story. Just write the reasons why they should pick you, or the reason why you should come to Korea to study. The reasons that will convince the interviewer. So keep that in mind. Yes, as a recap, first, high school grade 95% or above, because that's the first condition. And if possible, I would encourage you to have some awards which is related to the major you are applying for, and some extra curricular activities which is related to Korea, because they are advantageous when you are applying. And the next one, don't worry, because if you don't have any award or extracurricular activities, it will be fine. You will not get any minus point. The second condition is to get TOEFL score if possible. But as I said earlier, this depends on your country, but it is always a benefit. It is always better if you have a TOEFL certificate. And the third condition is to find understandable reason why you should go and study in Korea, including your future plans. Be sure to remember the three conditions I mentioned, and if possible, add some awards and extracurricular activities to it. Yes, guys, Today the video was a little bit long, right? So was it helpful? If you have any other question, please feel free to comment below and I will check into comment and make a video if necessary. And if you want to receive a notification every time I upload a new video, don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next one. Bye!